certainly want to start off by just saying thank you to everybody for being here and for joining Sam and myself for this exciting event. I think today's really a great milestone for everyone that's been involved in this project, for University Circle, for the City of Cleveland, and it's really my pleasure to welcome all of you to Cleveland's first new high-rise building built in more than 4 decades. Before we get started, it's been my custom to begin with a bit of a prayer and blessing, so I'd just like to ask that you join me to just take a moment and reflect with some thanks and gratitude to the Almighty that gave us life, that sustains us, and that has blessed us all by bringing us to this place and this day. I also want to just offer gratitude for the safety and well-being of all of those who labored in this building and without incident over the last 26 months, and ask that this building continue then to serve as a blessing to the city, to this neighborhood, and to the families of those who live and work here. Of course, we all know that buildings like this don't come about solely through prayers and blessings. Many, many hundreds of people have contributed to our being here today, and it's my job this afternoon to just take a few minutes and to acknowledge them. In the interest of time, and also in the interest of not embarrassing myself or leaving any hurt feelings, I'm going to do this by groups. So that I can get everybody that's here that has been involved in this to be acknowledged. First off, I want to acknowledge my amazing team of First Interstate Properties. I'm a little bit moved, I guess, when I come to thinking about it. It's almost like family for me, but this is just an incredible group of talented people led by Chris Goodrich and many others in this company that we've never built a building like this before. And under his leadership, we were able to build this building on time and on budget. And it's really a testament to all of First Interstate over there that this has happened. So thank you all. And equally, I want to just thank and acknowledge my partner, Sam Petros, in this project. Sam's going to be speaking in just a couple of minutes, but we've had an amazing partnership that's now gone on for, since November of 2011. We've been working on this project together. We've become great friends, and Sam, I love you, and it's been great. And on behalf of both Sam and I, we just want to acknowledge our families, our wives, our children that are here today. I don't know where you all are. I can't see everybody out there, but I see Anne Marie. There's Kyla and my kids and my father, Dave. Thanks to our families for dealing with us through the stresses and strains of putting together a project like this. I also want to acknowledge the investors in this project. A number of you are here. I don't know if you want to raise your hands and be acknowledged, but I appreciate everybody that made a commitment to investing in this project with Sam and I, and your trust and confidence in our ability to pull this off and in the investment thesis that this building represents. There's also a tremendous number of lawyers in the room that had a piece of this project, and because I'm a lawyer, I know what it takes and what it means to be supporting, the paperwork side. For every piece of an edifice, there's a pile of financial documents that match up to it and create a financial instrument that represents a building like this. So to all the lawyers in the room that had what to do with this project, I want to say thank you. I want to acknowledge Chris Ronayne and Debbie and Bill Seelbach and Kirk Kirtland and everybody that's affiliated with University Circle Incorporated for the partnership that we established and being together through this project. It's been a pleasure. You guys have been great to work with, and you're now our landlord. So you've got some security on the ground lease. I want to acknowledge Scott and Analia Dimmitt and their entire team and really everyone involved in the design of this building from the early stages all the way through. So if you're part of the design team on this building, if you could raise your hand and be acknowledged, that would be terrific. Julie is pointing at someone. Mark Panzica and his team, together with all their sub-trades, look at the job they've done for us, and was well organized, well orchestrated, and I appreciate the work that Panzica has done. And Mark, I'm not sure where you're at or where your team is at. There you are. And all the trades that have worked with Mark on this, please raise your hands and be acknowledged. We appreciate it. And of course you have the bosses, but at the end of the day it comes down to the people that are putting up the parts and pieces, the drywall hangers, the painters, the electricians, the mechanics workers, HVAC, and I just want to acknowledge the Cleveland Building Trades and the fine work that they do here in northeastern Ohio and that they've done in putting this building together. I'm almost done with this part. There's a number of lenders in the room that have been part of the capital stack in this, and I just want to take a minute and acknowledge if you're part of that lending group, raise your hand. We appreciate it, and it's also been a great pleasure. Some people say that it's difficult to work as a developer in the city of Cleveland, but as a developer of this building, I want to testify that it's not. The city of Cleveland is a great organization. They have a great building department. They have a great inspection team. Of course, the renaissance of the city of Cleveland has been led by our mayor. And I want to just acknowledge everyone involved in this building from the city of Cleveland and say thanks to you, Mayor, on their behalf. And then the Village Green management team that's been working with us in the planning of this building. I see Jennifer and Melissa. I don't know where the rest of them are, but they've just done a tremendous job. They've been great on the development end and consulting with us as we plan the building and on bringing this building online and commissioning the building, and I want to say thank you. Great work. So you can imagine the kind of collaboration, trust, transparency, and plain old hard work that this building took, and those are the groups that have been involved. Sam and I came together to develop this building because we both believe in this city, in its people, in its vitality. We also saw an opportunity to bring this building to one of the greatest intersections of education, medicine, culture, and transportation in the country. Not to mention a neighborhood that Forbes magazine has rated as one of the prettiest neighborhoods in the country. It's our town, and we wanted to do our part in its renaissance. And that being said, there's no one better to talk about it than my partner, Sam. So, Sam, come on.
Thank you, Mitchell. Serendipity brought us together, and it's been great, brother. How many of you were at the groundbreaking? All right, yeah, so this is the same suit. So quit wondering about it. You know, I actually have notes somewhere. Buildings like this don't happen by chance. Buildings like this happen because you have a dream. And having that ability to share that dream with my partner, Mitchell, really, really has been a blessing and made this happen. So I'm going to be fast and not too sentimental, but that's really the truth. It takes a lot of emotion. It takes a lot of drive, and it takes amazing tenacity. And I can't tell you how many times Mitchell had to say, just calm down. It'll be okay. It's always been a dream of mine to sort of wind my career near its end with something iconic. And this is the only place in Cleveland that I could find that was so motivating that it drew both of us here at different times to do the same thing. Without us even discussing it, we were right behind each other by a week on this concept and this idea. And it isn't really that we're so smart, it's that this University Circle and this property and this corner brings so much heritage and has so much history that it drew to us this amazing building, and we're so proud to be part of it. And if you look around you, we're surrounded by nothing but world-class medicine, arts, and education. And as Mitchell said, Forbes magazine ranked this as one of the top 12 cities in the country and the most beautiful areas in the country. University Circle is a neighborhood. We couldn't be prouder, and we feel and hope you do that we've added to it in the beauty of this building and its direction and its respect of the original circle, the original trolley cart tracks that are in front of you. And this is really where an elegant life in Cleveland started, and we invite all of you and any others that would like to circle back and live the life at University Circle. It's amazing. I'm grateful for everyone involved, particularly my partner Mitchell. I'm very happy. I probably will never get a chance to do this again in life, so thank you for sharing it with me.
Okay, I'd like to next just ask the mayor to make a few remarks. I've already spoken about the city and the great work, and this mayor needs no further introduction. So, Mayor, thank you so much for being here, and we appreciate it.
Good evening. Good evening. And how are you this evening? Good, good. You know, I want to congratulate Mr. Snyder, Mr. Petro, and Mr. Ronayne, and in the neighborhood of University Circle, because of this happening is really, as was mentioned, is part of needing to have a vision, because it's not just the building. The building is the building, but it's part of what does the building mean and what statement does it make. And the statement to me it makes is that it creates the expectation that things can happen in any neighborhood of the city of Cleveland with the right set of people, with the right vision, with the right dream, and the right partnership. So I want to, again, really congratulate all those who made this happen, but most of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being who you are, taking the risk that you take, and really investing in Cleveland and demonstrating, again, that you care about Cleveland. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Next, I'd just like to invite Chris Ronayne up to make a few remarks. Chris is the president of UCI, which is the development corporation that has really guided the development of University Circle over these past number of years. And our partner in this project from the get-go. Chris believed in the vision, and we all made it happen together. So thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Mitch. Thank you, Mitch. And good evening. This is a great day, obviously, in University Circle in the city of Cleveland. I come to validate a few of the things that were just said, not that they needed it, but just as someone who's lived it with Mitch Snyder and Sam Petros and Mayor Frank G. Jackson and many others. This is the confluence of really four visions. I want to start with the mayor's vision and say that it's Frank Jackson who has said this city is about a city of neighborhoods of choice. And so thank you, Mayor, for believing in us, and what we've been able to do here wouldn't have happened without your backing and your believing in the city that you constantly do every day. The other thing is that health line, as the GCRTA runs past us, transformed the city of Cleveland when it opened in 2008. And this vision to really bring back Euclid Avenue 100 years later to a place of density and vibrancy wouldn't have happened without the major federal investment, and there it goes by, of $230 million of federal investment, your tax dollars, that leveraged $6 billion of investment here. To UCI and the vision of our board and our staff, it has been about two things. We set out in 2007 to build 1,000 new units of housing here in the neighborhood. In this month alone, there will be 640 new units of housing open up in one single month in the city of Cleveland. Again, without the great partnership out here, in particular with the city of Cleveland, that wouldn't get done. And finally, the part I want to validate is because I got a call from both Sam and Mitch, actually in opposite order, Mitch then Sam, but Sam had called 5 years earlier on a different project. They both had an idea right about this corner to develop something of density and scale like this. And I said, uh-oh, we got two guys calling at the same time about the same idea. And then the miraculous marriage happened. So thank God, to your earlier point, that this happened. It takes a family to change Cleveland and to change this Cleveland skyline. In fact, 2 families have changed it for the good here in University Circle. To the Schneiders and to the Petros, thank you for making this marriage of a vision happen together. To Mitch and to Sam, Kyla and Anne Marie, thank you for your investment in the city's future. It is your whole family that made this happen, and thank you for giving your family to us and many of your family members here that worked tirelessly on this project. To extend that family tree, thank you to UCI. I want to make a note of Debbie Berry, who's behind the pole and always behind the scenes, but consciously always working to make this a better place. She's our VP of Community Development. Debbie, thank you for your everyday steady hand. And the team that works at First Interstate and Petros Development knows your steady hand in this work. Thank you to our board for pushing density. You didn't have to, but you boldly embraced the vision for a new gateway in the circle that soared with density. And to the staff, again, of First Interstate and Petros Development, thank you. To Dimmitt Architects, Scott and Analia and all your team, thank you for respecting, as Sam rightly mentioned, this story of the circle. By designing this in a curvilinear fashion, you preserve for students of this place and all of us the story of the circle, where we derive our name, where Councilman Blaine Griffin, we got our name in 1902 when City Council named us for the very geographic location where the trolleys turn. Right here at the trolley stop that was known as Circle Stop in University Circle. Speaking of the city, again, I want to say thanks to the mayor and his team. I will never forget being in the Red Room with our developer team and with the mayor. To Mitch's point, it only took one meeting with Mayor Jackson, and he simply said, let's do this. And so thank you, Mayor, for simply giving us the opportunity to build in your city and building in a way that is changing it for the good, for the future. I want to also thank Cleveland City Council. We've got one of the hardest working councilmen in town right here, Blaine Griffin. Larry Pollock has already hit him up for a few council issues. The new residents are already talking to their councilman. Get to know this guy. He is a wonderful servant leader, and thank you, Blaine, for your leadership. And as Mitch said, to the men and women who tirelessly built this place, to all the local laborers, nothing beats seeing you every day in the neighborhood, floor by floor, erecting this thing of beauty. It's a workmanship of Cleveland Building Trades that this building speaks to your talent, a quality structure built to last by Cleveland builders. You know that this building is built to last. To the finance community, thank you for taking a chance on this place. There are so many of you out there. You know who you are, and for your investment and believing in us. To the professional service team, from the legal team to the leasing staff, you're a joy to work with. It truly is a team that is a joy to work with. Our Circle institutions, many of you out here tonight, thank you for being such great neighbors. Here's hoping your employees will take up residence here. See our partner, Laverne Peaks, who will talk to you about Greater Circle Living any day, and go to you. To our neighbors at John Hay High School and the Cleveland School of the Arts, thank you for being such great neighbors and friends. And hopefully someday you're living here, building buildings just like this. Finally, thank you to the residents who've always taken a chance on us in the city of Cleveland and our experience a new way to live in the city of Cleveland. May there be many more neighbors around you when all is said and done. Full circle, I just want to thank the 2 families that stepped up with the leadership to make this happen, and the extended family. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Sam. Thank you to your families. And thank you to Cleveland. This is a family that knows how to get it done. I think it's a testament to all of you. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, for those here from Cleveland, I think many of us know and understand that we're now standing on the site of the former Cleveland Children's Museum. And while the pathway in getting from here to their new fantastic home on Euclid Avenue has not always been easy, with amazing leadership, the Children's Museum has emerged bigger, better, and stronger than ever to serve the families and children of northeastern Ohio. I've been there with my grandkids and can say that the Children's Museum is truly an amazing place. So Sam and I thought it would be fitting that today's celebration also serve to help the Children's Museum with some capital to build out one of its last exhibits called Playlist, and there's some information on it in the other room, which will be an extraordinary music experience for this entire community. You, as well, have the opportunity tonight to buy raffle tickets to support a program called Museum for All at the Children's Museum, which will subsidize admission to the museum for families that otherwise wouldn't be able to experience the museum on their own. It offers $10 discount off of a $12 price for certain families in the city of Cleveland. So we just wanted to invite Maria Campanelli, the director of the Children's Museum, and Bill Stewart, their board vice chair, to the podium and present them with a gift to fund the playlist facility. So, Marie and Bill,
We're giving you a piece of
check for
cardboard.
$100,000.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.
I just wanted to say thank you to both Mitch and Sam. This gift will help us, as they said, open our music exhibit, which is called Playlist, this November. And we've been open now at our new home, which we've been so happy with. We've had 127,000 visitors in our first 8 months, exceeding our expectations for the entire year. So, Bill, I'm going home for the next 4 months. And also, too, just when I think about just the generosity of both Mitch and Sam, and thinking about, we've really shown the children in the city of Cleveland how much we truly care about them. Even tonight, the raffle tickets, all the proceeds benefit our Museum for All program. So any family who's on federal subsidy can get in for $2 versus the posted or regular $12 admission price. Again, just showing the children of Cleveland how much we care for their development. So thank you and congratulations on your opening.
And please do buy some of those raffle tickets. There's some great prizes, including a week at Sam's Jamaican Resort, Tensing Penn, which is a fabulous place. Okay, so we're pretty much at the end of the program, except for the ribbon cutting. Before we do cut the ribbon, I want to just give everybody some instructions as to what will happen next. So I'm going to call up some folks to help with the ribbon cutting. After we've cut the ribbon, everyone can make their way over into the lobby, and the elevators will be taking people up to the 5th floor. So there's food, there's drink, there's the pool deck and the amenities to see on the 5th floor. And then I think each of you were handed a card where you could sort of self-direct a tour and go to any other floors that are on that card in the building and sort of find your way around at that time. So we want to move everybody up, as many as possible, to the 5th floor relatively quickly. Enjoy the continuation of this party up there, and then you could go on your individual tours from there. If you're interested, there's people around that can teach you more about the building. If you or friends you think might be interested, they'll be happy to talk with you further, specifically about apartments here. And again, I just want to, before we cut the ribbon, say thanks to everyone. Thanks to all of you for being here. And it's really been our honor and privilege to be involved in such a significant project here in Cleveland. You guys got pictures? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. 2, 3.
All right.
Welcome to University Circle.